Good evening, this is Eswatini TV News at 8, read to you by myself, Natile Sitole, alongside Namakabizo Ngambule. First up, let's have a look at our headlining stories. The Deputy Prime Minister Themba Masuku says government cares for the elderly and would do anything to show them love. The Estuary Route, a tourism initiative between three countries, has been revived. The Minister for Public Works and Transport, Chief Ndlahlaza Ndwandwe, says it is upon each and every Liswati to curb road accidents. And now the news in detail. The Deputy Prime Minister Themba Masuku says government cares for the elderly and would do anything to show them love. He was speaking during the relaunch of the biggest braai in Manzini and was represented by the Minister of Public Service, Mabulala Masego.
It has been 2 years since the last biggest braai was held in the country due to COVID-19. This year, the biggest braai returns. The Deputy Prime Minister Themba Masuku has launched the 6th edition of the biggest braai. He says government cares for the elderly and takes care of them in any way. The Deputy Prime Minister was represented by the Minister of Public Service, Mabulala Masego.
The biggest braai seems to be getting bigger every year, recording huge turnout numbers. As such, the 5th edition brought together over 6,000 participants in an accident-free all-day and all-night event. The Deputy Prime Minister's office prides itself in continuing to support Philani Maswati as an initiative that promotes the well-being of elderly people. May I take this opportunity to appreciate Philani Maswati for their good work aimed at providing assistance for the elderly persons in the land.
The chairperson of Philani Maswati, Lutho Dlamini, says they struggled with funds to assist the elderly in the absence of the biggest braai.
Event lenje besingaba kumbe nekucabanga lokuhlukile but lokumcoka ngiloko ukuthi labantu labadzala lekufuneka sibanake liningi labo kungake fika iPhilani bebangeke balale badlile labanye kungake fika impuphu lebuya kuPhilani bekutawuphela lenyanga bangathi siphathekile labanye botawukhanza ukuthi babolela etindlini ngalokuthi kude lobasitako. So lesikwendako bekunene sicela lonke eliswati sicela wonke losakhamuthi sala kangwane noma la emhlabeni understand ukuthi this is for a good cause.
Manzini Town Council Mayor Quentin Els says the braai has a positive contribution to the Manzini town in uplifting the economy of Manzini.
The event also contributes to the city's vibrancy and raises the city's profile in the local and global sphere. That is the reason, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, we get excited when the private companies such as the Canvas Group, other sponsors and even government entities deem it appropriate to support this annual event.
The 5th edition of the braai attracted about 6,000 people and more are expected this year. The braai will be held on the 22nd of July 2022. For Eswatini TV News, I'm Kian Msibi with Mbongwa Dube, Manzini.
The Estuary Route, which is a tourism initiative between three countries, has been revived. Eswatini, South Africa and Mozambique have signed the trial and MOU during the last day of the Africa Travel Indaba in Durban, South Africa.
Eswatini, South Africa and Mozambique have revived the Estuary Route initiative and the Africa Travel Indaba, which was held in Durban, South Africa from the 3rd to the 5th this week. Launched in 2011, the Estuary Route aims at promoting tourism products, increase tourist arrivals, boost tourism investment, and enhance trade and investment within Eswatini, South Africa, and Mpumalanga provinces, as well as Mozambique. The three countries engaged on a revised Estuary Route concept in a meeting chaired by the KZN's MEC for Economic Development and Tourism. Present at the meeting were Eswatini's Minister of Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Moses Vilagati, CEOs of the Eswatini Tourism Authority, Mpumalanga Tourism, as well as the Mozambique Tourism Board and other CEOs. The Minister of Tourism, Moses Vilagati, says This will once again open trade opportunities between the three countries.
The borders that are there were man-made, but the tourist who visits us does not recognize the borders. The tourist wants to enjoy nature in Mpumalanga, come to Eswatini, experience the culture, sometimes the bushfire, and then go to Mozambique, experience the beach and the sand. So, in totality, it means the three areas now have something to showcase together as one.
The Eswatini Tourism Authority CEO Linda Nxumalo says they are grateful for reviving the Estuary Route initiative.
The agreement lena itasita ukuthi siphinde futhi sente ema-joint marketing initiatives lokusho ukuthi sitawuhlanganyela ekuthenini si-promote lamave lamathathu kanye kanye.
Mpumalanga Tourism CEO Mduduzi Vilakazi says tourists will taste the beauty of the three countries at a go.
Sifuna ukuthi futhi sisebenzisana ukuthi sithuthukise lemigwaqo yethu lapho hamba khona ivakashi tethu uma titektovakasha sifuna nekuthuthukisa tinhlelo esingasebenzisana kudo ukuthi sikhona ukuthi silethele MOU ibe practical.
The meeting took place from the 3rd to the 5th this week. Reporting, I am Kian Msibi, visuals provided by the Eswatini Tourism Authority.
The Minister for Public Works and Transport, Chief Ndladla Zandwandwe, says it is upon each and every Eswati to curb road accidents. The Minister was speaking during a safe usage of the road campaign held in Moneni, where he was represented by the Undersecretary in the Ministry, Nhlanhla Motha.
The Ministry of Public Works and Transport, in collaboration with its partners, hosted a safe road usage campaign in Moneni, which started with a walk. The Minister for Public Works and Transport, Chief Nhlanhla Zandwandwe, represented by the Undersecretary in the Ministry, Nhlanhla Motha, says eMaswati should work towards a road accident-free road usage.
It is important to make sure that we all contribute to the goal of reducing fatal and serious road traffic crashes. This can only be realized when each one of us adhere to the road rules and signs. We expect that when we all do that, we shall not have calamities on the road, but we shall rejoice on the benefits brought by ease of mobility. Let us keep this road in a good condition and ensure it benefits us for a long time. The task for all the different road safety stakeholders is to uphold safety of the road.
The National Commissioner of Police, Representative Raphael Masego, says the police officers will ensure that eMaswati adhere to the rules of the road as pedestrians are not allowed, especially in the Manzini-Skuphe Highway.
Singumbutho wemaphoyisa ke uthi tengisho kwekuthi sine phela vele umsebenzi wethu ngulokwekuthi sente kwekuthi laba phambana nemithetho emgaqweni bakhona kwekuthi babingelele tinkantolo. Siteke sisho kwekuthi ngesilungu kutaba ne-zero tolerance kulomgwaqo lo lesikhuluma ngawo namhla. Impela umuntu lotatiphatha ngendlela lengasiyo. Ungabe usebenzisa lo mgwaqo uhamba ngetinyawo, uhamba ngemoto, uhamba ngebhasi, wehla ebhasini, noma uyogibela ebhasini wenda lo lokungafanele lapha kulomgwaqo nembala ushito ukuthi iyawulala ibonene kulabo labayawuthi bephule umthetho wemgwaqo.
The Moneni Chief's representative, Dumsane Dlamini, warned Moneni residents against vandalism and stealing of materials that seeks to keep animals away from the road.
Left, right, left, 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 right, left.
For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni in Moneni.
The Manzini Regional Administrator, Chief Gija, says chiefs are willing to assist local business people who may need land assistance as this will benefit the economy. Chief Gija was speaking during the official launch of the Manzini Region Mini Show, which was organized in Matapa.
Small business people had an opportunity to network with big retailers during the Manzini Regional Mini Show 2022 edition. The mini show is meant to allow business people to showcase their different products. According to the Manzini Regional Administrator, Chief Gija, eMaswati are showing their creativity and innovation, which is exactly what they want to see. Chief Gija says eMaswati can be able to produce different products that are agricultural or otherwise, which chiefs are willing to assist with, as this will benefit the kingdom economically.
Sitosungulula ukuthi yini lesingakwenda kuphamisa umnotho kudzinga ukuthi kusukume sine 70 angibekise nje besinanaba labaphisana kulibretinathu labathi sibebe siyababuta lesibebe niphisa ngani bangitshela kumane kuhlukahlukile lokunye uthi naku lo siphisa ngako lesibebe nikuthola bathi konke sisikulanza ngaphandle kule live ngithi mina nike nende kahle lokuvela la thina la inkundlene noma la sifundzeni sinabo baba boshifu labagada umhlabathi wenkosi lokumele umhlabathi ube nguwo lophinze wodla lelive yini ningaveti lakithi sitotsha boba nje babebali ungethwa kulima nako athi babe ngina umhlabathi ngakulima lokho business sesithola imarket sesiyancipha kuthenga ngaphandle babe soyakulima ukulima uyathi uthi kuta lapha kuto wakho asibebe lona nje sihlala ngileti inkundla lengitishol plating 4-5 letihlangana kumanzini day lomncane sisakulo lomkhulu manzini day lapha sitafuna ukuthi nibe khona futhi again lapho kuhlangana lesifundza sonke sitokhomba ukuthi yini lesinako lemakhala esikhona ukulima lesikwakha ngetandla lesikhona ukuthunga nalesikwakha nginyalo nje ngibonela abasha abantu youth lapha yakha manyolo lolo icompost iphinze imakha yaze yamakha waba liquid lokungakavamiseki.
Fana Tabete, the representative of the Tinkundla centers that are part of the show, says that the platform is meant to allow business people to network and to showcase their work that they do in their Tinkundla centers.
Ukusata nje bosomabhizinisi labancane ukuthi bete kutokhangisa la kulungiselela Manzini Day. Yimini show le la khona bato khangisa ngemisebenzi yabo la wena ngetandla. Nalokunye lokudilimo nje uthola ukuthi noma dihlahla noma yini babese seyakhona ukuthi bawukhangisa kuManzini Day lapho khona sekulewe lo manzini sophelele wonke.
Business people who are showcasing their products shared their different views, as some have stated that the show helps them to sharpen their creativity and innovation. Some have stated that the COVID-19 pandemic have had a huge negative impact on their businesses, hence this opportunity will allow them to recover somehow.
Ube khona umehluko vele uba mkhulu ngoba kuba khona abantu lokhanza ukuthi bayasibona bese basibona lapha kubomabona ukuthi sesiyasuka lapho sebayashaya labanye
lokwasisenda nalokuthi size sihlangane labo make sifuna the different ideas nale creativity kuyasisita kakhulu lokwekuthi sikwende lokho nalokwekuthi ke uma sihlanganyele nalalabanye ngilapho khona ufika ubone kwekuthi yathi kuhle loka kumbe mina sengangeta a certain color or a design kungaba more better ke ngithi nangikwenda ngikubone ngikuthanze lapho sesikuthengisa khona ukhanza ukuthi sekuyathanzeka khona.
iCovid ifike yashaya kakhulu ngangoba abantu balahlekelwe imisebenzi bangakhona ukusupport umkhicito siyakhicita manje ukhanza inombolo kwethenga sebathenga kancane bani lelithuba lalamhla litasisite ekuthenini liningi lebantu basibona babavele bathi ukuthi ngikuphi mina ngenda lentini.
For Eswatini TV News Ndomlangeni with Sibonelo Mamba in Matapa.
It is important for health workers to constantly conduct research about latest developments in their line of duty. The Central Southern Africa Health Community trained health workers from the 4 regions on the importance of research. The training was held at the Happy Valley in Eswatini.
It is important for health practitioners to do research and share research evidence now and again. It is also important that they learn best practices which help their professional base. The East Central and Southern Africa Health Community, also known as EXACON, held a training for health workers on research at the Happy Valley Ezulwini. Trevor Stoll, the research officer in the Ministry of Health, says health workers need to conduct research on their work now and again as there may be changes.
Ya ku SADC EXACON ufaka emavela manengi la kule East Central and South African region. So lokta kwendeka lapha uthi we are going to receive bonus nalamanye healthcare workers from lamave lahlukahlukene la ma-members a-Hexagon la atawufike khona a-cherishe khona ema-research lendiwe kulamave lehlukene kufaka ekhathi bo-Kenya, bo-Tanzania, bo-Malawi, South Africa, bo-Botswana nje, just to name a few. So nje sibe siyelana lugwayi, especially as healthcare workers, especially bonus.
Sitole says they gathered the different health workers from all the 4 regions of the country who will present their research findings in September this year during a biennial scientific conference to be held later this year. Reporting I am Kian Msibi with Nomfundo Makakula and Sanziso Mlambo, Ezulwini.
There's still inequality and a huge gap between males and females in leadership positions, as well as government. The Taiwan Technical Mission, in partnership with Codec and the Ezulwini Town Council, celebrated the International Women's Day in Ezulwini.
There's still a gender gap between males and females when it comes to leadership positions and inclusion in government positions, despite calls for gender equality. Speakers during the International Women's Day held at Codec Ezulwini all spoke in one voice that women should not be sidelined in leadership positions. The Codec College, in partnership with the Ezulwini Town Council and the Taiwan Technical Mission, celebrated the International Women's Day under the theme Break the Bias. The Codec principal, Charles Kumalo, says they value the input and role by women.
So lapha sto sidama nje ukuthi sivete bomgcoka bamake ukuthi nasikhuluma ngetigaba lethi setulu asiqale ngalokukhumbutana thini ukuthi bomake phela nabo bakhona banawo capabilities ukuthi bangama leaders in the economy of the country and in the politics of the country.
The 1 Billion Rising Campaign Director in Africa, Golan Tlachwago, says many sectors of the society, from religion to government and judiciary, still overlook the rights of women.
If we are empowered economically, angeke kukhona kungifusha sekukhona lokunye lengingakufaka kodwa sengicishe sengigcinile.
Sibusiso Mncina of Zulwini Town Council and Pomyo Klaba of Codec says this is an opportunity aimed at raising awareness on women's rights. The actual day is on the 8th this month. Reporting I am KNMCB with Nomfundo Makakula in Sanziso Mlambo, Zulwini.
The Registrar of the University of Eswatini, Dr. Salebona Smelane, says academic activities should resume on the 9th of May 2022. Smelane says this will allow students completion of their continuous assessments.
In a special meeting held by the Senate on having interrogated issues presented in a petition from Student Representative Council, resolved that the said unfortunate incident that befell 3 students during the night of the 29th of April 2022 was unprecedented and should be referred to appropriate structures of the university for corrective actions, while all necessary support and assistance are provided to all concerned students. The statement continues to say that the Senate sympathizes with the affected student and strongly condemns this barbaric act. The statement also reveals that academic activities should resume on Monday, the 9th of May 2022, to allow for students' completion of their continuous assessments. Simelane says consultation with departments leading to examinations whose commencement date of Monday, 23rd of May 2022 should be reaffirmed. The statement reads that students should be made aware that Senate had no control over student allowances and administrative matters, but appropriate structures should be made aware and they need to be addressed. The statement further emphasizes that students should be assured that relevant structures of the university that were tasked with minimizing risk would embark on fact-finding process on what led to the said incident which befell the 3 students. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni in Babane.
And now we'll have a look at our financial markets.
Standard Bank, it can be.
Good evening once again. Let's have a look at our sports news. The communications officer in the Ministry of Sports, Sibongile Zondi, says the recent rains received during the month of April affected the completion of the Somhlolo National Stadium. Zondi says they are, however, waiting for CAF to come and inspect if the stadium is now at an international level.
Of February, the Ministry of Sports released a report that the Somhlolo National Stadium was going to be completed in 6 weeks. Then the excitement was all over sports supporters. Until this minute, the stadium is yet to be open for sporting activities. Communication officer in the Ministry of Sports, Sibongile Zondi, says the recent rain received during the month of April did affect the completion.
Previously, what we're doing under phase 2 of the rehabilitation of Somhlolo National Stadium included the installation of a new synthetic running track, an artificial turf, the construction of a media tribune, and doing final touch-ups in the dressing rooms and all that. So we've managed to do many of those things, including laying out the artificial turf, constructing the media tribune. What's not done yet is the running track. We've been disturbed by the weather over the past few weeks. We've had a lot of rains at Lobamba, and that has delayed us in terms of installing the running track, because when installing that kind of track, you need a lot of sunshine. So we haven't been able to complete that part, but everything else is almost done now.
Somhlolo National Stadium was banned by CAF 3 years ago from hosting international games as it was not an international level. Zondi says they now await CAF to come and do inspection. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports, I'm Linda Dlamini with Nomfundo Smelane. Bye-bye.
Young Buffalo star Sandile Saviola Kamete says even though it would mean a lot for him to surpass the record currently held by teammate Piwa Dlamini of scoring 23 goals in a single season, what will mean a lot to him even more is to win this year's MTN Premier League. Currently, Kamete has 20 goals in 25 games played so far.
In the previous season, Young Buffalo striker Piwa Dlamini netted 23 goals in a single season, which was a record in the local MTN Premier League. This season, Babon Highlanders striker Sabelo Nzinisa and Young Buffalo's playmaker Sandile Saviola Kamete look to be in fine form to overtake the record. Kamete at the moment has 20 goals. He says even though he would love to achieve more than 20 goals, but what is important is to win the league.
Shaya magoli for ukuthi kuwine i-team, not to ukuthi break ama-records, but ukuthi into le bese yendeka maseka maningi. So if libreakeka singalibreaka, but the main reason actually local breaker is to score for us, which is the corner goal.
Kamete also explained what has been making the club successful recently.
I think the consistency ibangwa ukuthi sibe team lecishe idlalisa abadlali banye for isikhathi lesithe, so uyawati ema behaviors ema players akho nema combinations sesigcine sesi-right la magoli bese atendakalela. That's why ngathi sipheke season by season. Mawufika 15 goals per season, that's more than enough.
Kamete, who is in 20 goals, is behind Sabelo Nzinisa of Mbabana Highlanders, who has 21 goals. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports, I'm Linda Dlamini with Nomfundo Smelane. Bye-bye.
That's all for now. Before we go, let's have a look at our top stories. The Deputy Prime Minister Themba Masuku's government cares for the elderly and would do anything to show them love. The Estuary Route, a tourism initiative between 3 countries, has been revived. The Minister for Public Works and Transport, Chief Ndladla Zandwandwe, says it is upon each and every Liswati to curb road accidents. For the evening, up next is the weather update. From myself and the team, thank you for your company. Good night.
Get the hottest deals at Hi-Fi Corp to warm up your home. Get this Nespresso mini bundle coffee machine for $2,999, save $300. Or this Philips Double XL air fryer for $5,999, save a massive $1,000. Or get this Samsung 15 kg top loader with grey finish for $7,999, save $1,000. Price is valid until